Hello besties. In today's video, we're going to talk about Monday Night Raw from what happened last week and what's going to happen tomorrow or today, depending when I post this, okay? First, we're going to talk about what happened, predictions for tomorrow. I have already an idea for one because they kind of announced that Rhea Ripley or Mommy is going to start off Raw. Obviously, we're going to know either she's gonna end things with Dom, put him on probation, like a 90-day probation, blame Liv, and they most likely gonna have a match on SummerSlam. Do I want them to win? Do I want Rhea to win? Yes, but I also don't want them to be like hot potato with the title. Rhea wins, then Liv gets another like match, she wins, back and forth. I don't want that because I think they did that with Charlotte and Sasha and I wasn't feeling it. So I hope they don't do this again. But honestly, I'm not gonna get into it. I'm gonna talk about the other stuff first before I go in the whole Judgment Day with Liv Morgan. So last week's episode of Monday Night Raw starts with CM Punk and Seth Rollins. You can tell Seth is pissed. I was really thinking he was about to get his lick back. He was like, but like, I don't know. I feel, even though I'm not going to say I don't like the rivalry between Drew and CM Punk. I'm curious how they're going to end it. Especially now that Seth Rollins is involved. And we know how Seth Rollins is. He holds on to a grudge. And when it comes to his revenge, it's nothing small. He will really hurt you to the core. Remember what happened 10 years ago? Insert clip right here.
Oh my God!
Yeah. You remember that? That was... I still cry to this day. So much for Brothers for Life. But anyway, the next favorite part. I know it's right after the CM Punk Seth Rollins thing, but the whole thing with the Wyatt thing. The way that Jay just yeeted out of there. First of all, I don't blame him. I would too. I don't want no type of smoke. But like, I'm kind of curious, even though I'm not complaining about the whole storyline with them and Chad Gable, I am curious to know who is the next victim on their list. Because they did attack a few wrestlers during the debut. So I'm like, who's next on your list? Y'all better behave yourselves. Because they look like they are willing to do all the fighting. But it also continues, like, after they played the video and all that, we see Bo Dallas outside of the Uncle Howdy outfit, and you're just like, oh, what's happening? I wonder if that was planned or they did it because of the whole thing when Mark Henry said, and I'll briefly talk about that. When the Y6 first debut, like I think like the day after or like later that week, they were seen out of their costumes taking selfies with a fan. And Mark Henry took offense to that, saying, I'm paraphrasing, but pretty much saying all that buildup went to waste. And he was saying how like the Undertaker and the Boogeyman, when they were doing wrestling, all that, they stayed in character the whole time. But like, I get why he would be complaining, but at the same time, we already knew who they were. We already knew what they were like outside of these characters. So it wasn't like we weren't expecting them to be in the character all the time. Especially considering their character. It's kind of like low-key creepy though. And I'm like, you really expected them to be like that 24/7? And like I said, we knew for like at least a year and a half, who was going to be in this group. So I don't know what's the point of complaining they're not being the character 24/7. But anyway. The next one is, listen, the female Shield with Sonya, Zoe, and Shayna. I was laughing because like Shayna was attacking Dakota, and I'm just like, not you hitting your roommate, not you attacking your own roommate. Shayna, I just find it funny. Then like, this is why people don't take us wrestling fans seriously, because we are so unserious. The amount of names I see people giving these trio, I'm not gonna say them, because some of them could come off a little offensive, a little inappropriate, and I don't know how YouTube's gonna take it, so I'm not gonna say it. But if you go on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, you might see the names. The only one I feel like it's appropriate to say on here is maybe the female Shield, which I feel like I get it in the sense of attacking people because that's what they did, but at the same time, But I am curious how far they'll go, and I'm just curious, are they attacking everyone or just certain groups? But the next part, the part that I'm gonna talk about fully, is the fact that Mommy's back. Because first of all, everyone was hoping she was gonna come back at SummerSlam, which I feel like it'll be weird to come back during a pay-per-view. That's just me. But I'm happy she's back, because this whole storyline was driving me crazy. It was funny that Liv ran right through the audience. Like, we already knew she really didn't like Dom. She was just doing that to piss off Rhea. And I'm like, I get it, but at the same time, it's just like, ugh. And like, I probably feel like during Monday Night Raw, she's not gonna only get into like Dominic behind for the way he's been acting with Liv, but I think all of them are gonna get some kind of, they're gonna get yelled at by Rhea, because I feel like they're gonna bring up the fact that they kind of took advantage, mostly Finn and JD. Like, they're playing with the PS5 she bought. They got the tag team titles because of her. They let her in the playhouse or whatever they call it. They're just as blamed. I think she's also gonna call out Damien too, because he's supposed to be the leader while she's gone, and he kind of let it slide. And I get it. He wanted Dom to take control and actually try to solve the problem, but I feel like the way they make Dom's character, they make it seem like he needs someone to fix his problems. Because I feel like he wanted at least, not if all of them, but like at least Damien to set her straight. Because I'm like, Damien also has power as champion. Why didn't he stop like these matches, all this stuff, you know? He got the same amount of power as Liv. I get it for the storyline, but still, he had the power too. Like, nothing? I feel like she's going to get into all of them. I feel like she's going to say something like, oh, we're supposed to be family, and we don't let family go through this kind of stuff. If you're not going to take this group seriously, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. I feel like, because there's an article talking about how she's going to leave Judgment Day, and it's just going to be her and Damien as the Terror Twin, because that's the name everyone calls them. All I want to see is how is Rhea going to take her revenge. Because Rhea, like I said, she is, to me, when it comes to revenge, she's not the same category as Seth. She will make it brutal if she has to. So I'm kind of excited to see how it's going to go down tomorrow. Because they're trying to do the same thing, like, because everyone knows their storyline is pretty much the same thing as Eddie and China. And I think it ended, China and Eddie's storyline, and I think she ended up leaving the company, so I don't think it actually ended. Or ended with them in a match, I don't remember. It's been many years. But I am curious how they're going to end it, if they do end it. I feel like part of me feels like, because someone pointed out during last week's Raw, she didn't hit him. She like kind of like pushed him away. But like that's about it. She didn't hit him. So it kind of shows that she still cares for him. She's just angry with him. I feel like they're going to keep them together for a little bit. until like, unless this tour, I don't know how they're gonna do it. But even though I want them to stay together, but at the same time, some groups got ended. And I hate that they have to do that because they were kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie. I did grow to love them, but like, what comes up must come down. But I'm kind of curious what they're gonna do for tomorrow. That's like the one thing I'm really excited for. Everything else, I'm excited, but what's gonna happen with this title, the storyline with the Judgment Day and Liv. I'm just gonna rant a little bit about Liv's title reign. I know it's a big hot topic and a lot of people don't like it because she's more focused on the Judgment Day than being champion, I guess. I understand not everyone's gonna be a fighting champion. But like, you fought to get this title. Prove to the world why you deserve it. Like, you chasing Dom, getting into his bubble and all that, just getting into his head, it's just... And I get you want to get revenge on Rhea, but like, dress like her. You started doing her moves. I feel like they should have went to that direction than all of this. It just feels weird. And I know they probably don't feel uncomfortable. I know they're all good friends, so don't come at me telling me, oh, their friends are good luck, it's just entertainment. I know that, but like, not everything needs to be included into a storyline. I don't know, I just feel like, girl, this could have been your time to show that you were better than Rhea by beating every person who couldn't beat her. That's what you should have been focused on. Breaking her, record, all that stuff. Not chasing after her work husband. Like, it's giving Mickey very much Mickey James. You know what she should have done? Instead of like, ooh, I remember one time Mickey James had like a shrine of like Trish Stratus. She should have done that. Or you know in Hey Arnold, Helga had like that little statue thing of Arnold. She could have had that of like Dominic or even Rhea. Listen, WWE missed the opportunity to make her obsession in that way. That would have been interesting. That would have been good, like a whole shrine. Or like she got a tattoo, like obviously a fake one, that says Dominic. Even the whole daddy thing, or Poppy, whatever she's calling him, Daddy Dom. Ugh. And it feels weird also too, because she's technically older than him, so it's like, you calling someone younger than you daddy. It's just, I don't know, it feels weird. But they missed the opportunity to make Liv Mickey James 2.0. It's close, I'm not gonna lie, it is close. But the shrine, all that stuff would have been better than what she's doing right now. That's all I gotta say. So that is it for today's video. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen on Monday Night Raw. And that is it for today's video. Toodles.
That bitch. I'm that motherfucking bitch.